So the practical today is going to focus on certain specific topics. We are going to look at certain boundary conditions, constraints, and loads. Now, boundary conditions, you would see very interestingly, I have included into the constraints because, yes, in general, it forms a part of constraints, and boundary conditions are a kind of a constraint that are applied on a model. The different types of loads that can be applied, what are the differences, and how do we choose software specific loads. That's what we will look also into Abaqus for a reason. Now, the most interesting part here for me to teach you today is the part on symmetry. Now, symmetry is a condition that is used in certain models or also analytically so that you can make your problem simpler. The idea behind symmetry will be brought up in the next slide, so I'm going to keep away from it mostly now. But in general, for today's practical, we are going to consider boundary conditions in the form of constraints and other constraints that will come later in the course when we will actually work with them, the loads, and finally the symmetry. The way we will work today is that I'm already going to give you a short introduction on boundary conditions, and then continuing from boundary conditions, we will move on to symmetry and finally into loads.